Hello. I have a drumstick today because I feel like death. And I need to take drugs, so I have a head fill as well. We're doing charm readings today. How's it going? Can you hear me? I am fully unprepared for this. I just plugged everything in from yesterday, and hopefully you can see me and hear me. So, yeah, we're doing charm readings today. Let me know if things look okay and sound okay, and maybe even if I'm live, it looks like I'm alive. But let me tell you guys how this works. Hello, Pyro. To me, it looks and sounds fine. Great. Dude, I'm stressed. I thought yesterday I was stressed, and now today I'm stressed. It's because I'm doing taxes. I'm doing my taxes, and this year I have, like, a lot of fucking businesses, so I'm like, oh my god, there's so many documents that I have to find. I'm stressed. I also don't, like, give it to my CPA to do, but I have to figure out what to give my CPA to do, so it's fine. But let me figure out what I'm doing here. So, since we're doing charm readings, these readings are 60. Let me give you the link. I'm going to restock them. I'm trying to do like 10 today. Did I change this link? I think I changed this link. I think I did. So I'm going to restock them. If you're interested in a reading, click on that link. It's also in the description of the video as well as pinned at the top of chat. So if you're interested in one, click on that and sign into PayPal. I'm giving you guys hints of how to do this. You guys know if you've been here. Sign into PayPal. It makes it easier. I'm sorry you get to watch me eat a drumstick so that I can take drugs.
It's okay, I'm also eating a drumstick in the background.
Mine has nuts. Rikers does not. But there are 5 restocked right now. I'm trying to do 10, but we'll see how long I take doing these. And if you don't know what a charm reading is, I have a bag of charms. And basically, what I do, let me change this to the overhead camera. What I do is I take these lovely things, which I should probably like turn a light on so you can see, because I'm very much unprepared for all of this. I take these and I pour them out, and they like all touch and whatever. Each one of these has a different set meaning, and how they lay out tells me things about whatever question you have about your life. And how this is different from like tarot and other divination tools is that it shows an overview of your life. So it shows an overview about how whatever information I'm getting affects different aspects of your life. So like, for example, this piece represents trauma, and if it is face down, it means you are holding in your trauma, versus face up, which means you are ready to release it. And how this like interacts with things gives me more information about said trauma. So for example, if you have this key represents no, or like getting a rejection. Maybe you have trauma with rejection. Those pieces would be together like that. So if you guys are interested in charm readings, these ones are going to be like kind of shorter than the normal ones, because I have private readings if you don't want to like get read live. And you can get a charm reading where I read like all of the charms, go into more detail, that sort of thing. These ones are kind of more mini ones. Make sure to click on that link. And if you miss out now, or if you get in the middle of the stream, I'm going to restock halfway through. I'm hoping to restock 5 more, because like I said, I want to do 10, but we'll see how that goes. Oh, people asking me what I've never heard a cone called a drumstick before. They're also called, I think, Nutty Buddies. But it is literally a chocolate-covered cone that has nuts on it, and you can just buy it like that. But I call them drumsticks. But they can also be called, I think, Nutty Buddies. There's like a whole bunch of names for it. Nutty Buddies and chicken, but not chicken drumsticks. Not chicken drumsticks. This is not a chicken flavored dessert.
Is this true?
Yes. Also, Riker is in the background. They're editing our video for Thursday. So if you are a member, we react to the video together. We have a launch party, so we watch the video together and you guys get the behind the scenes.
Hi, friends.
And this is a good one to like get in on that. So if you guys have watched the live stream from Shanley, it like tells you a lot about like what's gonna go on during these investigations for this season. Because we went to New York to we went to New York and we did 3 different locations. So we did Wildwood, Hiddensdale House, and the Shanley Hotel. And the reason we booked the place was because of this weird priest that was not a priest. And I talked about it in live streams before we even like went. And we thought that we were going to meet the priest at Hiddensdale House. That ended up not being true. And everything we thought about the priest going in also was not true. Until we like get to the end and we unveil all of the story. So in Wildwood, we figured out that we were actually talking to the priest instead of Richard, because all of the souls just kept talking about, oh, there's this scary man, there's this demon, there's this like horrible person. And we're like, okay, guys, Richard there in the corner may look like a demon, but he's fine. He's fine. He's with us. But we didn't know that they were talking about the priest dude that's not a priest. So, if you guys want our, like, behind-the-scenes tea on what's actually going on in the video, join members. Nightbot has given you the link for that if you want to join Meddling Mediums members. But it's really crazy. Vanessa! What's up? Did we scare you too much? I'm at work. We told Vanessa all the tea about, the priest yesterday. And
Also,
we scared her a
told
little bit.
about me like talking in my sleep, and somehow that also scared her.
Yeah, Rager talking in their sleep apparently was scary for Vanessa as well. But so it's not considered an ice cream cone as it doesn't have enough milk fat. So it's a frozen dessert. Just some random trivia. Yeah, I also learned that when you spell cream, C-R-E-M-E, that also means there's not enough milk in it. So it's technically ice cream spelled that way and not C-R-E-A-M.
I'm also texting you something, so be prepared.
Okay. I never actually look at my messages while
That's
live.
Why I'm telling you. It's about the video, and I can't spoil it.
Yeah. Yes, I was very sleepy because you scared me, and sleep was hard. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, I'm glad I didn't say the other word.
Not kidding. Like,
God.
in that order.
I'll give you guys, like, a little bit of what's going on. So, this priest dude is a really bad dude, which is why I'm having that reaction. So Riker is editing Wildwood. When we went to Wildwood, we did not know that the priest was following us to each one of these locations, so we have no idea. Like I said, we were talking to the priest. So they're editing, like, the Estes method that we did while we were there. And while we were there, we didn't know we were talking to this horrible person. We just thought the Estes method didn't make any sense. So now watching it again and knowing who he is and what he does, it's really fucked. So
It's so fucked.
like, so fucked. Okay. I'm still giving you some time to, like, purchase readings. There should be 2 left, but I have Tiny Mad Queen, T, and Vivian. That's the order right now. But you guys gotta watch these videos. It's coming out on Thursday. Em and Riker, what's that? The preacher behind them? Shame, shame, shame.
I just think it's funny because we have no idea, so it keeps saying, like, smelly and things. And we're like, what? Can you smell the gay? Because we, like...
Can you guys hear Riker?
Probably not.
I'll say what they just said. So... that's a longer story than I actually intended to. But, one of the ways that we figured out who the priest was is, he has, like, a weird smell. And we, again, had no idea that the priest dude was at Wild with us. And the souls just kept saying, smell, smelly, smelly. And we were like, who? Us? Are you talking about us? Are we smelly? And obviously we're making jokes because we have no idea what we're talking about. We have no idea what's going on. So Riker's like, do you smell the gay off of us? Because we're like, maybe they just don't like us because we're gay. No, they just don't like the weird dude that was following us around that we didn't know was following us around. It's fine. Does it smell like what abandoned building?
No.
The building does, yes. Vanessa says, not really. All I can hear is you said smell the gay.
Yeah. It's not sulfur either.
Did you guys find out why he was with you at the other locations? We're not entirely sure, but we think it was because he was, like, I don't know. Sometimes I feel like they, like, set up these stories for us and it's just weird and I don't know. I think the reason he was following us around is because the reason we did our, like, trip to New York is because I started seeing this priest dude that wasn't a priest when we watched a Hinsdale video. So then obviously he followed us to everywhere, but I just didn't put 2 and 2 together. So it's fine. It's fine. It's scary. It's fine. What is sulfur supposed to smell like in the paranormal? Oh, okay. Is that normal for people to smell rotten eggs with the paranormal?
It's like a trope that, like, demons smell like sulfur. It's like in the Supernatural TV show, that's why they always talk about, like,
okay, got you.
Sulfur, yeah.
I didn't think about that. I was gonna say farts. I also missed the coven meeting. I hope it went well. I don't know if we're cursed or not. It was really confusing. But we do have some crazy ideas for what we want to do next coven that we haven't told anyone yet. Peachy Gay Boy says, I feel like he kept following you because you can see him and he likes being seen and talked about.
That honestly would track.
Yeah, because he kept talking about Richard because Richard is, like, we say that he has like authority over a lot of things because he has a lot of energy. So he like kept saying that he wanted to be like Richard. So he's following us around to try to figure that out. Richard Nixon? No, our spirit guide.
No, Richard Nixon, absolutely.
Anchor says yes, Richard Nixon.
I feel like at this point you just need to like be in a call or something so I can just talk and they can just hear what I say.
Yeah.
Because I always have commentary.
Riker's talking about how they need to be mic'd up. Okay. Well, we can hear Riker. You can hear him? I don't know if you could hear them from far away. I'm the only one, bitch. Yeah, I also feel like Richard kept him in check and made sure he didn't get out of hand. Always does. Yeah. Things don't happen unless Richard says so. Sorry, I'm trying to stall so I can finish eating this. Okay, so first one in the queue is Tiny Mad Queen. I'm gonna call you Maddie, or Mad, if I can call you Mad. Yeah, anything that Riker says that's like important, I'll repeat so you guys can actually hear it. They're just really far away from my mic, and my mic likes to pick up something, like a little bit, but not really. Whichever works best. Okay. Do you have a question? It's okay if you don't. I can also do general. I'm gonna move this over a little bit. Oh, that's not what I need. Okay. Nope, just general is fine. Okay. Cool beans. Just handsome background. It's fine. If you're not listening. Okay. Alright. Give me 1 second. I gotta find you. Oh, okay. Where did you go? Sorry, I'm trying to find you in here. I feel blind right now. Because he's not in there. Let me make sure he's in here. Oh, you're right here. That's why I couldn't see you. Holy shit. Okay. We're fine. It's fine. Alright. So that means I can't really touch you either. Alright, and what I'm talking about is there is a charm that represents you within the cast. And I might try to zoom in a little bit so you guys can actually see this. Give me a second. There we go. I also kind of want a light, but I think the lights are upstairs. So we'll ignore that for now. Hold on. Oh, that's better. It's a little bit too much.
You need more light?
Kind of. I'm trying to light this better.
I
still think that's better.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was gonna say, you can also turn...
Pull that around.
I don't know how much that'll actually change.
It didn't
Nothing.
really change anything.
Yeah.
Alright.
But if that's better, then...
Also, Richard kind of reminds me of Sabrina's Cat Salem from Netflix show, the Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. But when he's in goblin form. In his goblin form? What do you mean? Does he look like a goblin to you? Okay. So, sorry this camera's a bit... But this piece right here is you. It's in the weirdest position possible. Give me a second. I gotta look up my dice. So I have astrology dice on here. And I have a little code for it. So you have Aquarius, I believe. Yep, Aquarius is innovative. And then it is on top of love, insecurities. All right. So usually with this piece right here, it's a hand piece. This is what it looks like. But it is, the way it's orientated usually tells me how confident you are about the cast. But it's not usually like this. Usually when it's upright, it means you're insecure about what's going on in the cast. Or if it's palms down, then it is you're very confident about what's going on in the cast. It's kind of like you're in between confident and inconfident. It's also leaning up against Aquarius, so this astrology dice here. And Aquarius usually represents like innovative. It's usually very like creative. It's usually very like different, interesting, outside the box. And I feel like you have a lot of confidence with that, but at the same time, you're a little bit insecure about it as well. It's very like confusing. I don't know if that makes sense to you. And then another thing that you're very close to, you have my love piece in there. And my love piece is representative of more of a toxic love. And the toxic love is more so, in my mind, you feel like you have to love something. Not for, like, good reasons. You just feel like this pressure, like you have to love them because they're your family. You have to love them because of this. You have to love them because of that. Not because you truly do love them. And another thing with this piece that's a little bit skewed, it kind of shows the orientation of my cast and how things, like, work. So anything that are fingers forward, so it would be kind of like this stuff, is happening within your conscious mind out in front of you. Anything that is wrist back, so this stuff, is happening within your mind. So it's happening in your unconsciousness. So you have a lot of thoughts that are in your head. You think very, very creatively, very, very innovatively, but at the same time, you feel a bit insecure about releasing those out. You feel a little bit insecure about the way in which you talk and the way in which you articulate information. That is shown over here. You have a spider piece. The spider piece represents insecurities, and it's on top of this learning piece, and it is showing me that I don't know if you're insecure about learning itself, but it's more so about the way in which you learn. They make me feel like you might take longer, or you might learn things in a way that is different than most people. So it just makes you feel like you're behind all the time. And then this goes into your feelings as well. It's just a lot of stuff just on the side of your mind that you want to talk about, but you feel like people are going to be a bit, you feel that they're going to be a little bit averse to it. In case you guys want to know, we're now talking about, in this video about getting lobotomies at Claire's.
Also, the app just said, I'm not from here.
Oh my god! Riker said the app says that I'm not from here. Because, like, we didn't know the priest was following us there. But that also, like, clarifies some things, so that's good. I don't know why he was following us the entire time. I do, but I don't. And then over in this corner, like I said, you have learning, but you also have feelings. So how you feel about things, I feel like the way in which you talk, things get misconstrued, and people just misunderstand you a lot. You feel a little bit like a misfit, and you're not sure how to deal with that. Yeah, I process information slower, so that's why it's difficult. And then you have this key, it's not a key, it's a coin. You have this big coin, and it's heads up. When it is heads up, it represents you're doing things for the wrong reason. So this is usually stability. They make me feel like you've grasped onto this idea of stability in your head that is probably from other people. So what I mean by that is they're kind of explaining it like you feel like in order for everything to be fine and good, it means that you need to not make a ruckus about things. And what I mean by that is like you can't, they want me to say it's more so you can be seen but not heard. So if you like have too many emotions, if you talk too much about things, if you're too much in general, you think that it tips the boat and creates all of this chaos. So instead, you just don't say anything, and you just kind of like keep everything quiet. And you're like, if it's quiet, then nobody is yelling at me, and it doesn't create chaos, but it's a false sense of security. Because instead of the chaos happening outwardly, being like yelled at and told like your emotions are like invalid, whatever it is, you're now doing it in your head. So the chaos is now within your head instead of like outwardly. So it's not really giving you any stability. It's just causing a lot of chaos. And this chaos is, it kind of like comes out of nowhere because they have this wand piece and it is in the hands of this cat. This cat is my dark cat. There's 2 cats in this cast. This one is the good one. This one is the dark one. And this usually has all of the like heavier stuff. So it's kind of like more of the things you don't want to deal with, traumas, restrictions, attachments, addictions, that sort of thing. It's like all of that stuff you're very, very focused on because this piece is flipped upright. And it creates a lot of tension in your head. It's kind of like out of nowhere, you'll just start feeling really, really nervous and upset. But you're not really sure why, because it gets fed into this idea of stability of, well, I can't have emotions. Emotions is unstable, so I can't do that because I'm going to tip the boat. Does that make sense? I don't know if I'm explaining it correctly, but it's very much like you have a lot of emotions, a lot of thoughts, and other people have taught you to kind of suck it in and to bottle it up. And it's just not working well for you. So that's what this is kind of going into. What is right in front of you? The 2 pieces in my cast that make me uncomfortable is the mother piece, which is over here, and the father piece, which is right in front of you. So I don't know if you have issues with your father or fatherly figures. But is right at your fingertips. I don't know if you're dealing with this now or what, but you have the father piece on top of some sort of spiritual transformation. And right at the edge of it is understanding and worry. So it makes me feel like you are very worried about some sort of change you've been going through, and you're probably worried a lot about how potentially your father or whatever father figure this is intercepting it. They want me to say with this boat that this father piece is on, Usually this is a transformation of self, and the transformation cannot happen unless you are ready and willing to let go of your baggage, which is your self-limiting beliefs, your restrictions, your attachments. Those things cannot come with you. They need to stay on the shoreline. However, what's got onto this boat is things that are associated to father or father issues. And when I say issues, it's because your father piece is also touching my worry piece. So there's a lot of worry about things that have happened with a quote-unquote father or fatherly figure. And leading out, you also have understanding and truth. So I feel like a lot of truth is being told to you about this relationship. And it is giving you the understanding to start separating yourself from the baggage that comes with this relationship so that you can protect yourself better. And that might also go into why this love piece is here, where you feel like you have to love someone just because of certain, like, rules and statuses. Lots of sense. I'm being called out like crazy. Yeah, charm readings are a lot. So I'm just like brushing over the important parts. Okay. So I feel like there's more with your father over here too. I feel like whatever transformation you're going through, about to go through, there is a lot of insecurity with it. So these webs here represent insecurity. And then this is my trauma piece that I talked about in the beginning. The trauma piece is flipped upside down. So they make me feel like you're very vulnerable about that. I feel like there's going to be a lot of things going on until you are ready to, like, break through to start going through this specific, like, piece of trauma that you've encountered. And the reason why I say that is you have this, like, key piece right here, the silver key. The silver key represents no or rejection. I feel like there is going to be some sort of thing that relates to either that or this coming out. And once you get over that, it's going to flip your trauma piece right open, and it's going to make you feel very insecure and vulnerable. But it's positive because it's going to allow the trauma to be seen so that it can be processed. So you're going to then be able to talk more about what's going on with you and accept it more. And that's going to result in more of a true love aspect, which true love is right here. Okay, let me see what that is. Okay, so we have Pluto here, which is interesting. Okay, so you can see that you have this sort of no key. This is that rejection. I feel like is going to be you saying no to something. And it is going to make you feel very sick about the decision, but you are making the decision because of this love aspect, and it's going to end in some sort of destruction. And I feel like it might be like a relationship. It might be like these thoughts that are, you're going to create a very clear boundary, because you can see it's a very clear boundary in your cast here. This line is preventing people or whatever is a boundary to this vulnerable piece here. You are creating a boundary and you're going to stand by it because of true love instead of this toxic love over here. And it's going to cause the transformation to happen, and it's going to cause some things to come to an end in order for you to be able to move through it. So back in here, we also have, my death piece. So death usually, like I said, represents something coming to an end, so it can be renewed. But there is a little bit of a like wait time on this. It is something that is weighing on you because I have an anchor here, and it is on top of yes and a journey. I feel like this is going to be a long road that's going to go It's going to take you a while. I feel like you're going to eventually be able to work through it easier, but you're going to need to listen to your gut, listen to your intuition. I feel like it's going to go against things that you have been taught how to handle things, but it's going to take a lot of time. This is a journey. This is a hard journey. And I feel like the universe might trigger this to start happening for you to start really opening your mind and start truly being who you want to be. So, do you have questions about that? Trying to wrap my head around this is so confusing. Let me know if you have questions. Maybe I can help you figure out what's going on. But I feel like a lot of the stuff that's in front of you is stuff that has not happened yet. I feel like you are in the midst of working through some sort of trauma in your head, and it's going to allow you to create boundaries. Hi, Jess. What's up? Love you guys. Hi from Manchester, UK. What's up? I also want to see what you guys are talking about in regards to our video. Wait, sorry, Peachy Gay Boy. No, his goblin form is like 8 feet tall and menacing. Okay, well that's a lot different than I thought. I don't know what you mean now. That makes sense. Yeah. It's a lot. Okay, well, I was assuming at one point it's going to involve the black spirit guide that's round. Yeah, I remember that dude, huh? Yeah, I remember drawing him for you. But that actually makes a lot of sense, because I remember drawing something for you, but I don't remember who it was. Let me know if you have questions. But the next person in line is T. So, T, let me know if you have questions for your cast. And then if you guys missed them being open... Oh, wait. Yeah, if you missed them being open, we will restock them in the middle, I believe. Because I think they're booked out now. But I will restock them sometime in the middle. Okay. Just a general reading, please. Sure. Nah, I'm good. It's probably something I'll try to figure out slowly. Daddy issues sounds like it's a big thing. Yeah. It sounds like it's going to change a lot, and you're going to have to learn how to make boundaries. It's going to be a fun time. But this is for T. Oh, we got the anchor piece last. Alright, okay. So, give me a second. I'm gonna take some Advil. I also cannot take drugs while on camera, so I'm gonna go over here. I hate taking drugs. I couldn't have you all watch me, because then I wouldn't be able to do it, and then I would choke or something. I don't know. But T, what's up? We're doing your charm reading. So, this is you right here. This little silver piece. And with my cast, this is your signifier piece. This is who you are in the cast. Your hands down or palms down, representing how you are confident about whatever is going on in the spread. Everything fingers forward is dealing with your conscious mind, so things that are happening in front of you. And then the wrist back are things that are happening in your mind. God, there's a lot going on. So okay, what is in here? We have intuition is in here. I think there's more in here. Okay. Sorry, I was trying to see what was at the bottom of all of this stuff. So, the things that are at your fingertips right now, you have this feminine energy going straight into trauma. I feel like you have a very strong outer wall. There's a lot going on. Apologies in advance. Oh no, you're good. It's just hard to read sometimes when there's a lot on top of each other. So I'm just trying to find pieces. But you have a lot. You have feminine energy going into trauma, and then you have masculine energy and yes going towards you. So what that tells me is it makes me feel like you have a very strong wall. So you are probably usually seen as the person that has it together because you are just like horrible things could happen to you and you just like stand strong and are just like it's fine. You have this very hard exterior in the sense of like if things can't get in then I won't have to fall apart. But I feel like that's not truly how it actually is. I feel like you're like squishy on the inside and you feel like you have to be too strong. And holding that wall up is a hard burden for you to carry. But you feel like it is expected of you. Because the things that are in this area, I feel like you're very intuitive. I feel like you are very a loving person. I feel like you're a very emotional person, a very sensitive person because this feminine energy goes straight into trauma. This trauma piece is flipped upside down. And that is showing that you are holding a lot of things in. And I think they are an association to love. Because I have true love inside of there. I feel like you get, correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel a lot of like betrayal from other people. I feel like you go in hot with others. It's like when you find someone that you like, you fall fast. And it's not even like a romantic thing. It can be friends, anyone that like shows you attention and or shows you like love and support. You are like, oh my God, we're best friends. It's kind of like someone comes up to you and they're like, what's your favorite color? And you guys just share the color and you're like, we're going to be best friends forever. But actually that person's kind of an asshole and they betray you and hurt you. So you have that trapped in here and that's a lot of stuff that you're going to need to deal with. You also have learning in there as well. I feel like it's not necessarily you have trauma with learning. I feel like there's a lot of processing you need to do. And I feel like a lot of the processing you do happens in your head and it never really escapes your head. It just creates more stress. It's kind of like maladaptively daydreaming. It's like thinking about this same situation over and over and over and over again. And you're trying to learn something new about it, but it's not working because there isn't a reason. They want me to say there isn't a reason for it happening. It's just not the reason that you're looking for. So it's kind of like, why are these people betraying you? Why are these people like hurting you so much? And you constantly run through your head like, maybe I did something. Maybe I'm just a problem. And you look for reasons why you were at fault and how you can change things so that you can find good people and not lose them, because that would be an easy fix. But the actuality to it is that those people were just insecure and toxic, and that's not the answer you're looking for, because you loved them so much and it's hard for you to see them as anything else. So it is harsh in your head in association to people and relationships, because you blame yourself too much. Sorry, I'm just looking at things. I have to find my cats. Oh, both cats are down. That's good. I need to figure out what cat is what, though. Unfortunately, let me just... I think you are dark cat. Okay, I'm gonna need to take this piece out so I know who you are. Oh, you're a good cat. Okay. So I have two cats. These are my Siamese cats. This is the light cat, and the dark cat is in here. But they are both facing the same direction, and they're both facing up, which is very positive and very good. So you have a very balanced mindset of these are the good things, these are the bad things. You're not focusing too hard on one or the other. You have a very balanced outlook about that sort of thing. Your dark cat is a little bit in a tough spot. It is on top of stability, and you have a lot of kind of harsh things pointed at it. So your dark cat is in this pile right here, and you have the moon. And the moon usually represents feelings. To me, usually I view it as like repressed emotions. And there's a lot of harsh emotions in association to this. So your dark cat, what you have on top of it, you have your dark cat is on top of a false sense of security. It is being crushed by time, and it's being crushed by desires. And your desires are being put forth by this false sense of love and passion. You feel like you're supposed to do things before you actually want to or care to. So to put that all together for you, these harsh comings, I feel like you store that a lot in your head. And you do it again, like the last spread, you do it again to maintain stability. You say, if I start falling apart, I'm not going to be ever able to stop, because it's just one thing after another, after another, after another. So if I can just bottle it up and suck it up and continue moving, then things are going to feel more stable and comfortable. Because you also have emotions on the outside edge of this as well. So you're trying to protect your emotions by having this false sense of security, but in actuality, it makes those emotions more confusing for you. Because when you bottle them up, they start to like translate to anxiety, because it's kind of like if you have a bottle of just so many different emotions, you don't know what you're feeling constantly. And that goes into the moon of having these repressed emotions about things. And in the moon, you have insecurities. It's in a web. We're having a lot of like worry about it. And this big fancy key right here, this is like dreams. This is like dream come true for me. It's like my Prince Charming key. And on top of this is on top of this love piece. And the love piece, again, represents you feel like you have to love something because you're supposed to. That is a toxic way of viewing things. And it makes me feel like, again, with these like traumas and stuff, you kind of feel like you're trapped. I don't know if this is a person. I feel like it's not. I feel like I just feel like you're like a very loving individual, and you have a hard time seeing people for more than that. I feel like you see the good in everyone, and that's an issue because it continues to bite you in the butt. Does that make sense to you? Because I don't feel like there's like a one person that this is. I feel like you are very much like, you like make people out to not be this horrible individual. You are a lot more likely to make yourself the villain than anyone else. And then out over here, you have your good cat, which is your light cat. You're very nervous about good things coming in. Yes, found out today I need to release a lot of repressed emotions. Yes, just want to help everyone. With your white cat, it's on insecurities, and it is on a transformation, and it is on your voice. Good things make you uncomfortable because it gives you something to be excited about that can be taken away from you. But I see their negative side, if that makes sense. Yes, they make me feel like you are more likely to ignore the bad things in people, especially people that you've created connections with. So, like, if you're in a relationship with someone, and it doesn't need to be, like, romantic anything, like, your best friend, like, out of nowhere, maybe, it just starts, like, being really rude to you, and, like, being really short, and, like, not really engaging with you, and just, like, you have arguments all the time. Your brain always just kind of goes back to, yeah, but they're my best friend and they would never do anything to hurt me, even though they're actively hurting you. Because, like, I know that you can see the negative sides of things and the negative sides of people, but when you have a deep connection with someone, it feels like, and again, you can correct me if I'm wrong, it feels like you have a hard time being like, this person is trying to hurt me and is doing the things that I never thought that they would. But over here, like I said, you have good things, and I feel like you're very insecure about the good things coming in because you're worried about them being ruined again. I feel like you go through periods of like, oh my god, this is amazing, this is really good, this is really happening. And then, like, this horrible thing happens and takes it all away. So you get really uncomfortable when good things happen because you start becoming, like, on edge. But they're like, they make me feel like the reason for that is you have a hard time asking for things. You have a hard time asking for help. You have a hard time asking for your needs in general, which is why you have the voice piece here. And it's like, once you are able to ask for the things that you need, it's not going to be a matter of, like, a good thing being taken away from you, because it's not necessarily a good thing. It is one of your needs that should be met. So if your needs are not being met, you need to have the boundaries and the voice to say, I'm done doing this. You're not in this relationship as an equal. You are trying to take things from me, and you aren't allowing me to have my needs met. So that's causing you to have this transformation of self. I feel like this is going to start happening because the universe is going to cause something to make you start believing more in yourself and standing up for yourself. So, do you have questions about anything? That is the main consensus of your reading. But it's very, you just have this very, like, pure, open-hearted persona, and you, like, struggle with the people-pleasing aspect. So, until you are able to realize that you are an equal to them, it's going to be a lot of struggle. But let me know if you have questions. I'm going to queue up Vivian to come forward. You are the next one. My god, I've been trying to see the right perspective. Thank you for the insight. No problem. Need to do some shadow work, lol. Yeah, usually something like this will only, like, transform and take shape when something crazy happens in your life, where you start actually advocating for yourself, because it's a hard thing to change. So, hi, back again. Haha. Do you have a question, Vivian? I'm loving the sounds of those charms. The ASMR. Sorry, I'm like reading chat. I'm reading what I missed. Dude, I'm like really excited to watch this video that Riker is editing because I just want to know all of the synchronicities because I had no idea what was going on when we were filming the video. So I'm excited. Vivian, I feel like I'm a healer, but I would like to know what kind. Should I be doing light work, emotional work? I know my guides are probably like, heal yourself, please. You got it. Okay. I've been trying to connect more with my orange guide and wearing a crop top today, working on insecurities and confidence. You go, what's up? Someone says, for a second I thought Riker was a floating blanket on a chair until I saw their head.
Oh yeah, I did a very dramatic look at the camera.
Just... yeah, so I was like, what do you mean? I was like, do they have a Snuggie on? No.
No, my Snuggie, I can actually make it look like that, though. My Snuggie is down here. Wrapped up in M's phone charger. And probably covered in confetti.
And hair.
I can really make it. Is that better?
Oh, for sure. That's what I thought was going on, but I was like, I don't remember you having a blanket on. Oh, yeah, okay. Okay, Vivian.
Yeah, just my dino.
I also do like how you say, I know my guides are probably like, heal yourself, please. Because that's exactly what they said. That's the first 2 coins on here, or the first 2 charms. Give me a second, let me check out the rest of this stuff. Okay, here's a cat. It's a good cat. Here's my other cat. We don't know. Okay. Don't know where the dark cat is, so we're gonna have to figure that out later. But here you are. This is the little silver piece right here. Your palm's up, so there's a little bit of an insecurity about what's going on in the cast. And like I said before, anything fingers forward deals with things that are outwardly in front of you. It is what you are consciously doing. And then things wrist back are in your subconscious mind. It's what you're thinking about. But what's at your fingertips right now is trauma. The trauma is flipped upside down, so you aren't releasing that stuff. And you have a lot of insecurities about it. And I feel like we have a wall around those insecurities because this is a protection. This is protection here, but it is touching insecurities. So we have a spider that represents insecurities, a dragon that represents protection, and then we have our trauma that is not released yet in a web that represents insecurities. I don't know if this is association to your father or a father figure in your life, but we have the father piece that is close to all of this going on. Okay, there's a web in there. Your voice is in there. Sorry, my head's in the way. Okay, that's that. There's no is in there. Okay, I might need to move some pieces. Oh, I found my cat. It's right here. Okay. So, this section right here is a bit tangled. I feel like the things that have been helping you get through stuff is some sort of Prince Charming aspect in your life. That is helping you work through a lot of stuff because they make me feel like you're blind to a lot of stuff. And when I say blind, they make me feel like you have a lot of dissociated thoughts about like your past traumas. I feel like a lot of past stuff is like coming up and you're working through it. And I feel like what is helping you through that is your significant other. Because you have my Prince Charming piece here. It is on top of vision, but your vision is looking the other direction. And then at the peak or the top of it, it is truth. I feel like you're processing a lot of truth aspects about potentially bad situations based on what this is on. And you are approaching it from more of a masculine point of view because I feel like this person is allowing you to, versus your more feminine view of things, which is kind of tangled up in here. This is your feminine key and this is your masculine key. Your masculine key is like directness. It is more confident. It is kind of standing your ground. You're doing things in a more forward moving way instead of a more fluid side sort of way. So I feel like you're getting more of this like masculine standing up for yourself voice from this person, and they're giving you like some hard truths that are allowing this stuff to sort of break up a bit. And then we have 8. 8 is death and letting go. So that makes a lot of sense as well. So you're starting to figure out stuff through truth. So death, the 8 is death and letting go. So it is rebirth. It is going through trauma and figuring it out so that we can unlatch this and flip it over. But this is like the things that you've been dealing with at your fingertips. So it is something that is happening like very prominently in the forefront of your mind. But it has been a weight on your shoulders, and you have a femininity that is stuck in this weight. So they make me feel like the femininity aspect is the, oh, it's okay, it's fine, I understand, that mentality, and that's making things last a little bit longer. So this masculine key is going to come in, and it's going to be, they want me to explain that truth is more of a masculine aspect of thought patterns because it is very unyielding. It is very like direct, blunt, whatever. So they're like approaching certain situations with truth is going to help the feminine aspect to kind of get more in line with it. Because I feel like with the feminine key, it is making you feel like you have to bend to everything, and that is causing a lot of issues. They're also talking about with your healing question, because I'm like, how is this relating to healing? They're like, learning about how you heal yourself is going to allow you to give that voice to other people. That's why they're talking about feminine versus masculine. They're like, you are learning how to speak in a way that is unyielding so that when you help other people, you are able to give them the same, like, way of speaking to themselves. I love that I'm getting clarification with my husband. I got upset with him, but I know it was based on an insecurity. Yeah, they're making me feel like there's a lot of, like, change in language that needs to happen for you. You need to be like more firm with what you say versus kind of like allowing things to bend and be more passive about it. Because they're like, you don't need to get rid of the feminine aspects of things. You need to use them for understanding and compassion. But at the same time, you still need that like strong language. It's kind of like when you have children or whatever, you want to be compassionate and understanding and validate their emotions, but if they're having a tantrum, you can't yield to their tantrum to make them feel better because that's not going to be beneficial for them or for you. You need to have a strong hand and be like, we can't do this because of these things, but you need to have the compassion from the femininity to be able to validate why that is happening. Okay, so the next kind of section here is in association to true love. I feel like femininity also has, again, an issue with the trying not to shake the boat because we have a false sense of security here, which everybody seems to be getting a lot of that. And the false sense of security is on top of past things and is directed into your voice. So again, I feel like it's like restricting how you speak about things. Okay, do you have questions about things? Let me look at your dice. But that is like the main structure of what's going on. So we have 8 in Aries. This is more ambitious. And then oh wait, this is Mars. So this is acting, and then this is Gemini, which is curious. So they make me feel like you are, I don't know, I feel like you're going to use this a lot in what you do in your everyday. Ah, yes, not setting expectations has caused the issue. So they're like, the way that you speak is going to guide you in your healing journey for yourself, as well as helping to heal other people. Because it is like, once you learn how to do it for yourself, it is a lot easier to relate to those that you are helping. Hello, seems like I have a couple videos to catch up on. Guys, listen. We just posted, I think like 14 members videos came out from Beal alone. So, if you guys want to join members, while I get questions from Vivian, we have a lot of content for you. So, we have just posted Beal, and we've posted bonus videos that no one's ever seen before. We posted the uncut version of our investigation so you can see how it is without cuts. We also have replays from the investigations that we just went to. We went to Wildwood, Hinsdale, and the Shanley Hotel. So if you guys are interested in any of the fun stuff, go check that out. Hi everyone, taking a break from the Beal content real quick. Wow, you have great timing, Kayla. That's what we're talking about. Kayla, you should come to next Coven next month, because we're trying to do potentially, it depends on if we can get our special guest. We're thinking about doing like portal making workshop with Riker's brother Jay. So you should come and have fun trying to make portals in Coven. Which, if anyone wants to join Coven, you can join it on... I would have to sign in on this. I need the Patreon link. Okay. Oh, is there? Because I just didn't know if we had Haunted Smoke and Mirror's Patreon on Meddling Mediums, so... But we just did Coven, and we're thinking about doing some fun things for the next Coven. So we meet monthly, and we do witchcraft together. And we're thinking about maybe potentially making portals, because Jay works with Heimdall, and Heimdall is like the god that allows you to like make pathways and whatnot. So we're like, oh my god, what if Jay talks to Heimdall, and Heimdall helps us make portals in things. I wonder if that's possible, and if it's not possible, then we'll just have Jay and Heimdall take us to the underworld and Olympus, because I want to know what it looks like.
Also, you can ignore that I texted you.
Yeah.
I was taking notes on the video I was watching, but
Oh,
after
yeah.
the stream I want to talk to you about it.
Okay, great.
It's don't worry, chat.
Oh, cool.
It's nothing scary or serious. It's just business things.
It's business things.
Scary.
I feel like you guys will definitely be able to make a portal. Dude, we're trying to have each one of you... Well, okay, I guess if you want to. If you don't want a portal in your house, I guess that's weird, whatever. But I'm like, why don't we just have everyone bring some sort of item that they can, like, cast a portal on, like a Ouija board or, like, a mirror, and then we can fuck around and find out and see what happens. It'll be fine. Coven field trips, let's do it. Yeah. So, if I can't make portals, we're gonna have Jay take us to crazy places. But Vivian says, Am I actually able to help heal others? Is there any magic in that? Or is it primarily communication? I'm not sure. It's Claire empathy. And is there a guide that helps me with this type of healing? Okay. Can I actually help heal others? Yes. The first thing that your spirit guides say is very cringy, and they say, why isn't communication considered magic? They say the way in which you choose to help people isn't the question you should be asking. It is what pathways you have the ability to do so. Because the thing that heals people is understanding. It's not necessarily the method itself. It is how you can use your understanding to give them validation and to give them the same understanding. Because it's like, if you go to a therapist and they have never experienced trauma before, yes, they can go through all of the things that were taught in a book, but if they cannot relate to you, there's still going to be a disconnect. The more you can relate to others, the more you are able to help them heal by giving them just validation in understanding. Does that make sense? I don't know if that makes sense, but that's what your spirit guides are saying. There's a woman here who's blue and white. She helps you with that. And then you had another question. Oh, and sorry if it's too off topic, but do I have a natural inclination towards dream work? This blue and white spirit guide gets very excited and says yes. You should look into that. I think you might be also able to help people through dreams.
Vivian?
Yes.
No, because I feel like prior we told her that she was like a dream walker, and she does.
Okay, great, because that's the information that I'm getting.
Because she was the one, I think, forever ago, she asked about the zombie apocalypse dreams, and it was like, same wavelength about it.
Yeah,
so
right.
I feel like she's similar to me in terms of dream stuff.
Okay, great, because Raker's talking about how you dream walk, and that's what they're showing me, because this spirit guide is like, you can go into people's heads while they're sleeping and you're sleeping, like dream walking, and you can pull the like gross, sticky trauma, sadness, whatever out of them, and they will just feel more calm and less anxiety ridden when they wake up. So, I hope that helps. Next person in line, I have Chelsea. But that's really cool.
Yeah, sorry.
No, thank you.
There's very few people that I've like talked to that like
Yeah.
have the same dream things as me, and I know for a fact Vivian is that person.
Yeah, Rager says that.
Because I remember that specifically.
Rager says there's very few people that they believe does the dream walking thing, but they say that Vivian is one of those people. But yeah, so Chelsea. Chelsea, you're next. Do you have a question for me for your charm reading? But yeah, Jesus Christ. I really love when cool shit like that happens. Zombie apocalypse, buddies. I love reading Vivian's dream interpretation in the Discord. Another reason to join members? Sorry, I'm shamelessly plugging. I'm just really excited about members content. We're really fucking going ham on it. My parents would be pissed if I made a portal in the house. Well, if it was a good portal, and I should also like tell you guys like not all portals allow everything to go through them, because the simplest form in our realm of what a portal is it's literally a doorway. So in our physical realm, doorways only allow physical things to walk through it, or things that have the right energy to walk through the door. So that's the same thing with portals. You have to be the right energy, because we're a physical being. We can't go through a spiritual portal. That's not how it works. So if you want to like conjure like a scary like upside down portal to hell or something, that might be more of a problem than just making like a portal to like a pocket dimension or something. So that's what we're going to be doing if you like, I don't know, I can't stop you if you want to make a hell portal during Coven, but that's not what we're necessarily going to be teaching you to do. Hope that makes sense. Yeah. Jade, just hanging out with us, just watching our content is supporting for us. Oh yeah, I didn't know the Coven started. Needed to join ASAP. I think it's $25 tier or higher of Haunted Smoke and Mirrors. But I'm just really excited because Jay says that he would help us create a portal, so I don't know. There's very few people in this world that you can convince to do fucking crazy ass shit, and he's one of them, and I'm excited. Thank you, Barry Reckless, for gifting a membership. And welcome, Jada. My parents would be still kind of pissed because our house and neighborhood is haunted, and they wouldn't want to deal with that. What they don't know won't hurt them. No, you shouldn't say that, but I shouldn't say that. It's fine. We're doing Chelsea's reading. Has Chelsea responded? Yes. Hi, I am here. My question is if there is anything I can do to help me be more open to love, or what my love life looks like. These charms really like to call people out in love, so... It really calls you out. I have a lot of trauma pieces, and I have a lot of love pieces. So. And it's very painfully in depth. All right. You got a lot of shit going on. So, this is you. This little hand piece. Your palm's up. So, I gotta go to the bottom. Your palm's up, so you're very insecure about what's going on in the cast. Fingers forward represents the things that are happening within your conscious mind, so physically in front of you. Wrist back are things that are happening in your subconscious mind, so those are things that are happening in your head. So, the key's pointing in the same direction. It's actually pretty good. I haven't even seen that. But this is my no key and this is my yes key, so make your own ideas about that. Anyways, so this is you. You have a lot going on physically in front of you. Let me take a look. Okay, we got our good cat. Where is the bad cat? Here he is. Okay. I think that's Mercury, maybe? Virgo, okay. So this is Virgo, and then that is Jupiter. I grow, and then we have 11, which is friends. Okay. So the first thing that is like right up with you is this mother piece. And, okay. So like I said, the pieces that make me the most uncomfortable are your mother and father piece. I'm not sure. Oh, here's your father piece. But your mother piece is kind of blocking your way to anything else. So I feel like this is going to be a very big callback in your life right now. But in front of your mother piece, you have this analytical Virgo piece. And this analytical piece makes me feel like the way you process information is very, like computer-esque. So it makes things a bit... I don't know what the right word is. What they're telling me is it's like when emotions go through something that's analytical, it becomes a bit overwhelmed by things that it cannot, quote-unquote, compute. So emotions are not something that can be logically gone through, because then it creates like a couple kind of issues. But on one side you have your voice here, And on the other side, you have this like feeling of sickness next to this kind of toxic love feeling where you feel like you have to love things for one reason or another. And the way in which you speak about things is very, like I said, analytical. So you have your voice here, but you're very worried about what you're saying. You're very worried about what you're saying. And the things that worry is on top of is kind of like protection, and you feel like you're missing something. And that shows me that I feel like you create sort of like a mask for yourself. Like you create a persona that is... You create a persona and everyone has these expectations of you being that person. So you kind of have a hard time straying away from that. However, it makes you feel like you're missing something within your own personality. And this one, we're talking about love specifically. Are you in a relationship at all? Oh wait, not in a relationship, kind of looking, but not really as well. Okay. I looked. Sorry, I'm just thinking about it because it's just very like PC, this reading. So they make me feel like you feel like you're missing something. And what you're missing is the way in which you view yourself. Because I feel like you create it's like you create a character for each person you meet. So they have expectations of you and you feel like you need to uphold those expectations for each person. So like your mother, it might be someone that is like has it together, someone that like is very smart, very book smart, very good at school. Maybe your best friend, you're like very outgoing, very funny. Maybe to like on another one of your friend, you're actually very shy. Like you have like characters that you play for each person. But because you have so many masks, you struggle to actually know who you are behind them. And that's the feeling that I get, that you feel like you're missing. It's a dragon wand. Ain't it cool? Helps me point things out so I don't like screw stuff up. Let me find the love stuff in here. Okay, there's a love piece. Okay. It's a bit buried. Alright. We'll get there. So, this is how you view yourself. They say it's very important to understand how you view yourself before you get into a relationship, because it's going to cause a lot of things to change, which we'll get back to. So, analytical, we'll go to the other side. You have this sick feeling in association to feeling like you're supposed to love people and you're supposed to like show love to them, even though they may be taking advantage of you, they may have issues with you, they may be very toxic. This idea of toxic love is very much like you feel like you're supposed to, maybe because they're your mom, maybe because they're your best friend. One reason or another, you feel like you're supposed to love them, and that is getting in the way of things. It's creating a lot of insecurities for you because you feel like there's something wrong with you, and that's the reason why they are treating you badly. Let me see what's in here. Okay. So in this pile here, you have trauma. I feel like you bury your trauma with a lot of like other stuff that you do. And then you also have my dark cat in here, and it's kind of like anything bad, you sort of just ignore it by burying it in your life. Very accurate so far. And I'll get into why I'm explaining like these very PC things, because they're like talking about things you need to work on so you can work towards love. But you have trauma underneath all of this other stuff. And the trauma gate is closed, so you have not released this trauma yet. You haven't processed it. It's just something that sits in your head rent-free. And it is difficult for you to deal with this trauma. It's something that's been like dissociated. because you have my vision key here pointed away from it. It's very much like anytime you... Okay, how I want to explain this is I feel like you might be the type of person that, like, tries to fill their day with as much activity as possible. So sitting around doing nothing is a bit triggering because you can't stop thinking about trauma. You can't stop thinking about, like, the thoughts in your head are just a bit hard for you to deal with because I feel like you may or may not, like, maladaptively daydream about stuff, which maladaptive daydreaming is a coping mechanism where you, like, repetitively think about either a situation in your life or you create a situation that you just think about over and over and over and over and over again and what you would do and how you would play this character and et cetera, et cetera. They make me feel like when you don't have anything to do to distract your mind, you feel very uncomfortable and you feel very sad and you feel very stressed out because there's a lot going on in your head. Does that make sense? So to distract yourself from the trauma, you may be like a workaholic. You may have a lot of hobbies. You may have a lot of activities that you do. You want to be busy 24/7. And that also goes into the idea of, like, if you aren't busy, you feel like something bad's going to happen. Does that make sense? So what they want me to say in association to this is if they make me feel like you are very quick to get into relationships, whether it be romantic or otherwise, and to be careful about that. Because they make me feel like you're the type of person that can look at anyone and change or create a character that they would prefer you be. And once you do that, you will continue to lose yourself the longer you are in the relationship with them. So over in this section over here is where my love pieces are. The more positive love. So this is true love here. And it is with understanding, it is with intuition, and it is with emotions and truth. So this stuff over here is what we're working towards. So we need to clear all of this stuff and we need to think about and process this stuff in order to unlock what true love really looks like. So the way to get out of this, like, tangled mess is to listen to your gut. Listen to your gut. And when I say listen to your gut, it's kind of like the relationships that you have, any bad feelings you have about it that you have consciously or unconsciously invalidated, you need to start listening to those. So, like, if you feel like, oh, this person is being mean, this person isn't listening, and then your second thought is like, maybe I'm doing something and that's the reason, maybe there's a miscommunication and that's the reason, but it keeps happening and you have this just, like, seeping feeling in the back of your head that, like, something's not right, listen to that feeling. Because they make me feel like you settle a lot and you just agree to disagree and you take on the villain aspect of it's your fault and what they're doing is fine and not a problem. It's just you having an issue with it is your own fault, which is not true. That feeling you need to listen to because that's the only way to get out of this mess over here. Once you do that, you will start believing the love that you can actually get in life because they want me to explain that people say true love is rare. I don't believe that. I think it's only rare because we are fed this lie that relationships are supposed to be difficult and you're supposed to just be able to communicate through stuff and it should just work out. But that relationship isn't going to work out unless you see that other person as an equal and they see you as an equal and you are working through things in an equal manner. If it is one-sided, your relationship's not going to work out. Yeah, I do give a lot of excuses for others' behaviors. So they're like, do not settle for someone if they are not viewing you as an equal and working with you on things as such, because that power struggle, even if they're like below you or above you, it doesn't matter. They can be the one chasing or you can be the one chasing. Either way, that is not going to end up as a good relationship. That's not going to warrant you true love. And true love can literally be like what you see in movies and fairy tales and whatever. But if there is not an equality in the partnership, it's never going to happen. Because that understanding is going to help lift some things off. So, do you have questions about that? Hopefully that answers your question. But they're like, you will have an opening, but you need to understand that you cannot lose yourself in the relationship because it will end worse for you than it will for them. And then my last one before I restock is Paula. So, Paula, let me know you're here and let me know if you have a question while I wait for questions from Chelsea. Yes, it does. Yes, do you have any questions for me before I move on to Paula? My guide's making my ears ring when you say that. Looks like there's a lot of shadow work I need to do. Thank you so much, no problem. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I have a lot of opinions about love because I've been being taught that over and over and over again for the last 2 years. But society's ideas about love and what they like spew are so completely false, and it's just kind of irritating. So don't settle for people just because people like to say relationships are hard. Because I don't think relationships should be hard, even if you're having an argument with someone. Hi, general reading is fine. What's up, Paula? How's it going? We are working on readings for you from the New Year's Eve live stream. I have tarot readings for people. I still have to send them. But I've been running around with, like, a chicken without their head. I think that's what the saying is. For the last 2 days. Because it's also tax season, and taxes give me anxiety. That's what I did today. But, yes, I agree. How I feel all the time. Relationships should not be hard. Yeah, you should not think that, like, you're doing something wrong in a relationship. You should not think that it's always your fault. You should not think that this person doesn't, like, love you. Like, those issues are, like, serious issues. It's very, like, one-sided type thing. So, Paula. Okay, this is you. This is your signifier piece. You are palms down, so you're more confident about what's going on in your cast. Fingers forward represents things in your conscious mind or physically in front of you, so you don't have much. Maybe that qualifies. And then your wrist back is things that are happening in your mind. So most of this is going on within your subconscious mind. Dude, what is up with the trauma stuff? The trauma piece is, like, prominent in all of your guys' like spreads.
You do always tell me that you attract people most similar to you, so.
Rude. Reger said, you do keep telling me that we attract people that are most similar to you. Yeah. Lots of trauma. I am going through it. It's fine. So, what is in here? Okay, so we have trauma, no feelings, intuition, and that's Virgo. What is that? I think that's Pluto. And then 9. 9 is career. All right. Yeah, I haven't had any, like, career things. It's all, like, trauma shadow work stuff. Trauma overload, literally. And it's just, I don't know. I feel like I'm outing people. Okay, let's just go. Let's go ham. So this is you. The thing that is closest to you right now is trauma, which is why we're talking about this. But you're releasing trauma. You're in the works of trying to process things, and it looks like you're trying to process this stuff right here. And you're doing it in a very analytical way, like a very logical way. And you are figuring out things that you need to do to kind of logically figure out what's good for you, what's not, because this Pluto piece represents like destroying things. So it is figuring out what needs to go out of your life and what needs to stay. But what we got over here, we have feelings that is in this sort of web, and it is on top of my rejection key or my no key, and it is on top of a false sense of security. So they make me feel like, okay, and I also want to point out, this piece right here is the mother piece. So I feel like there are trauma elements that are associated to a motherly figure. And that might be why we are in this situation in the first place. But let's get into this section here. So I feel like your feelings right here is what this section is mostly talking about. You have a lot of insecurities about feeling things, because again, this is on top of a false sense of security, which I keep reading today as, we don't want to rock the boat. We just want to bottle our feelings up because it makes people comfortable. But there's also like the thing in the back of your mind of like, I don't want to have to feel my trauma because it's too much. Because they also want me to like validate in the sense of like, you might have gotten this like way of regulating your emotions from this mother piece, and that was how you were taught to like regulate things, of like bottling it up. But understanding how to feel those emotions is a bit scary, because it just feels like, oh, well, I'll just never feel okay again because my emotions are so overwhelming and overtaking. So that's why we have this false sense of security creating this sort of wall around us that allows us to like lean on it for better or for worse. I also feel like there's a lot of rejection here too, like abandonment issues of why is this happening? Why are these people doing this to me? Why is this like, why are these traumas in result to people doing horrible things to me? But it's very much like there's a lot of rejection that are causing these feelings and causing you a lot of insecurities in you of like, is there something wrong with me? And that's the reason why people are being so awful to me. But you don't know how you're supposed to feel about that, because if you feel those emotions, it's going to be too much for people, and then you'll lose those people. It's just like this horrible circle of like rejection. It's like you reject yourself, other people you view as rejecting yourself. You can't be this or that. There's a lot of rules and a lot of just stress. So there's kind of just like this like circle that's going on right here. And right next to you and a little bit forward, you have this like little angel. The angel represents your intuition. I feel like your intuition is telling you things that are wrong. And you have just like this inkling of like, maybe they're toxic and maybe it's not me, but you second guess that a lot because this voice is a bit quiet. Your voice back here is a lot louder, but this is getting closer and closer to you. So it's very much like, this is like a angel and a devil on your shoulder. It's like, this is the devil on your shoulder, this is the angel. So this voice is a bit louder right now, but eventually this is going to be what you listen to. And it is what you're starting to listen to, because there's like this inkling of like, you know, maybe it's not you. Which is why I think you're confident in this thread, because you're starting to realize, you know, maybe I'm not the issue. Maybe it's not me. Maybe I'm not the problem. So you're starting to figure out that. That's why this is being released. That's why it is leading towards getting out of the cycle of doing that over and over and over again. We're still insecure about it because we have this yes key and we're trying to like hold that tight, but we have insecurities surrounding it with the spider and the webs. But we are trying to use logic here to get out of this cycle and to destroy the cycle in and of itself. It's very much a very toxic cycle of like thinking that you are the issue here. So outside of here, let me see. Okay, what is that? Over here is very interesting. So they're like very separate. So this is a section and that's the section. The biggest thing that is being presented here is this big key. This big key represents, this is my Prince Charming card, so this is a fairy tale come true. And it is on top of a lot of very good things. So we have true love, we have everything that you could possibly need, we have a transformation of self, but there are a few things that are anchoring it down. So we have the anchor piece here. So there are some resources that are causing your dreams and desires from coming to a head. We need to deal with that before we can take afloat. And it's going to be a lot of hard truths that kind of come out of nowhere. We are a bit worried about what's going to happen. But they're like, you need to get out of this cycle to start focusing more on you and your dreams. But this section is amazing. The only issue is up here because we have an anchor piece. We feel like I said, there's not enough resources. We're worried about the resources. We're worried about if this is possible. We're worried about a lot of different things up here. And it is association to truth, not having resources, being worried about everything. What is this on? Well, I'm trying to figure out what's under this. Oh, it's more resources. Okay. So, this piece right here is abundance. So, it's kind of like we need money to do things. Because it's on top of this anchor piece. But what is directly hiding under your, like, desires here is having everything you need. So I feel like there is a mindset shift that needs to happen in the sense of like the things that you need are these dreams and desires. The rest will come after. However, you're still very scared about that because there's a lot of like rules and whatever that the society wants to say makes a dream impossible. That's over here. So it might be money, resources, it might be these hard truths of this is a hard thing to do and it's worrying you a lot. That's this. But over here, it's like the universe is going to help you. You have everything that you need. This is like your true love. You have all the resources to make this happen. Like the dreams and desires is going to give you the resources. It's going to cause a lot of transformation in you. Like this is all really, really good stuff. But it's kind of just being weighed down. They want me to say it by like the reality of things. But like, don't let reality kind of dictate that. But do you have questions at all about this? Yeah, all of this stuff is just really good over here. Very, very good. And like all of this stuff is what's going on now. And this is going to start changing this once you break the cycle. But once this cycle is broken, you're going to be able to like get after these dreams and desires. But that was for Paula. Let me know if you have questions, Paula. But I'm going to restock. I think it's been like an hour and a half. We'll do 5 more. Got it. No questions. Thanks. No problem. Okay, so if you guys are interested, I'm gonna stock some more readings. Can charm readings be used for soul type? I've never done it before, but I'm sure. I'm sure I could figure it out. Okay, we are doing 5 more. So, let me give you the link. It's been an hour and 45 minutes. Okay. You're right, because it's 4. Okay. Then I'm gonna do 4. Okay, so there's gonna be 4 restocked. So if you guys are interested in a reading, go to that link, sign into PayPal, figure all your stuff out. I'll give you a second and then I'll restock them. But there'll be 4 more and then we'll be good for today. And tomorrow I'll be doing another live stream. Tomorrow I might do past lives because I need to have the confidence to do that before the end of the week. So, yeah. And then I'll be doing spirit guides the day after on Thursday. Because it's Tuesday. Trying to remember what day it is hard. Okay, I'm going to hit the go button. Ready, set. They're restocked. There's 4 in there. So, if you guys are interested in a charm reading, the link I just shared, it's also pinned at the top of chat, and it is in the description of the video. If you would also like to get a reading that is not live, I offer other readings on there as well. You just gotta believe. I believe in you. You shouldn't. That's what I think. In me, not you. Dude. I'm dying today. I'm in so much pain. I need to take a nap, but I need to do my taxes, and I need to send readings to people. That's my to-do list, in case you're wondering. But I did most of my taxes for meddling mediums, I think. But I need to do my taxes for smoke and mirrors, and for myself. And it's not even that I need to do my taxes. I just need to give things to my CPA. But taxes just make me so nervous. And I'm not sure why. Because I've never had to do my taxes. I've always had, like, someone CPA-wise do my taxes for me. What's up, Allison? We're doing a soul type reading? Let's go. Why do I always get shivers running down my spine when I watch a video? I think it's anxiety. Is it? I can't even begin to imagine having to work out taxes. Def, don't envy you. Like I said, I only give my taxes to someone who knows what they're doing. But it makes me so nervous. He literally, my CPA, can literally give me, like, a document with instructions of what to do. And, like, I'll do it, and then I will sit there and check it, like, 6 times, and then put it in the mailbox to, like, send to whatever it needs to go to. And then I will just sit there and worry about it being wrong. Which I'm not sure why I would be worried, because he's also a CPA and can fix that too. I don't know. I'm just really nervous. All the taxes just make me so nervous. Taxes are so annoying. Like, they know what I should be entering in. Why can't the government just do it? I get small businesses are different. Small businesses are not different. The same thing happens. They might, like, file differently, but you do the same thing for the most part. Oh, when you guys are discussing what information you're getting in videos, I think about it, and then chills run down my spine. We like to call those spooky chills. Sometimes people get that for confirmation. Sometimes they get it for other reasons. but it's a good time. So I'm gonna do Allie. If anyone is interested in a reading, feel free to purchase one. But I'm gonna do Allie. We're doing. So you want to try soul type things? Have we told you anything about your soul type yet? Okay. One year ago, I filed for both me and my husband. We went through a company. I was confused and gave them my Etsy shop info late. She was annoyed. Oh, yeah, taxes make me so nervous. And the only thing with small businesses is the tax date is March 15th instead of April 15th. So that's why I'm doing it now. Anxiety. But our return went up from a large amount of money to just $400 after I added my Etsy shop. Keep the tax files away. Yep. Okay. This will be interesting. I've never done a reading like this before. No one has gotten this coin upright. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to read what I got on here, and then I'm going to tell you what I think about it. Because I'm going to tell you right now, with Pluto right there, it tells me you're a death soul, which is kind of interesting. You think Allison is a death soul?
What?
You think Allison is a death soul?
Have you not read her soul type before?
She told me no. Right? That's what the nope was for. We haven't read your soul type yet. I'm doing a charm reading with soul type. That's what I thought too, but I have Pluto fucking next to her. I don't know. No. Okay. Well, take this with a grain of salt. I'm doing my best. Okay. So we have you is right here. That's you. Your palm's up, so confident about what's going on in the cast. And then we have Pluto right here. And then you have yes here. So what that makes me feel like, which is why it's a bit confusing, I feel like you're a bit of both. I feel like you're a bit of both of life soul and death soul. I feel like you're like the in between. I feel like you do more rebirth. But it's still like confusing to me. Hold on, let me just like pull out this because that was just a very weird answer. I don't know how to use this pendulum and ask questions. I've never done a reading quite like this before. So, let's see. Okay. Life soul. Death soul. Okay, that's what I thought. Is there a reason Pluto is here? Do you catch the people from death? No. You push them back in? Is this true?
Are you
No.
asking me something?
No. I'm asking my pendulum. Okay. We're just gonna go ham. I think you're a life soul. I don't think you are a death soul, but I have Pluto here, which is why I'm questioning things. So, here is you. You are insecure about what's going on in the cast. Fingers forward are happening within your physical conscious mind. Wrist back is happening within your subconscious or in your head. So most of the stuff is happening like physically in front of you. We have Pluto out in front of you. And you have a lot of insecurities about change. Change. Okay. That says a lot. Obviously, I just needed to read it before, like, getting into it. That tells me you're a life soul. So, your web right here represents insecurities. This coin right here represents change. It's a negative change because of the way the coin is flipped. And it's on top of stability here. I feel like you struggle with change a lot, which then tells me that you're not necessarily a death soul. Death is just here to represent that you are insecure about that said thing. You are more so a life soul because things are moving more forward for you. However, I feel like you are dealing with a lot of change in this life to help you evolve as a soul. Does that make sense to you? I'm also going to need like a lot of validation that this is actually what's going on, because I've never done a soul type reading with charms before. Because the reason why I was like, are you in between? What's going on? Is solely because I saw Pluto, which is destroy, so that's a death thing. But you also have yes here, and then no cutting through. Yes usually represents more of the light side of things, so that's more of the life energy. But I just feel like living as a life soul right now for you specifically is just so hard. Because I feel like change is just like bothering you. Yeah, makes sense. I wonder though, because death souls and life souls experiences both track for me. Yeah, I think the reason, because like this is what I'm getting at. I feel very connected that you are this key right here. I feel like you are surrounded by death souls. Because it's like every kind of like life aspect of the spread has a death aspect to it. And I really struggle to think that it's you. And I keep asking my pendulum, I'm like, I thought you were a life soul. Like, what's going on? It's very much like life. But you're dealing with a lot of death soul things because it's making your soul more well-rounded. So, you have yes here. It's being cut by the no key, which is the silver key. And it's being cut by Pluto, which is destroy. There is... Okay, it's masculine, feminine. What's going on in here? Little cat. It's good cats. Yeah, I feel like you're a bit uncomfortable with things. Okay, I see. Yeah. Yeah, because I feel this, like... I know it sounds really weird, but they, like, make me feel like, as a soul, you've reached sort of a teenage phase where you're going through, like, the emo phase. That's what they, like, keep showing me. And I'm like, this is such a weird reading. Let me look at what these are. So we have 4. 4 represents the home and family. And then we have Libra, which is harmonious. Very life soul things. But in between, we have a lot of hard truths. Okay. So here's what it's going on for me. So up here, we have a lot of changes going on in your life. You're trying to make things stable, but that's not really working so much. It's kind of like you live best in chaos. And you have... What is this silver piece? Okay. You have your trauma piece here. The change is causing you to not be able to hold your trauma in. You are seeing a lot of truth. You're seeing things for the way that they are. And there's no possible way for you to hold all of this in. It is constant, like, shadow work, constant, like, going through trauma. It's constant processing. But this understanding, it allows you to protect other people. It's very much like you are kind of put into this life to help give more protection and understanding to death souls, where they're supposed to give you more understanding and change. What is this? Okay. So then we have Libra, which is harmonious. Surrounding yourself with death souls allows your life to feel a little bit more controlled. But it also makes you insecure because you feel different than the people you surround yourself with. Question, do you think that your family is death souls? Because you have a father piece here, your mother's over here, so I don't know that it is necessarily your mother. Your mother might be more life soul, but I feel like your father gives you lots of death soul things. Because you have the father piece and you have truth up in here, and that's where your like vision is with your trauma. You see a lot of truth. I feel like there's a lot of trauma potentially with your father because you also have toxic love over here. And then there might also be issues with family because we have that surrounding your family, and you have worry over here, and you have a big journey and listening to your intuition, and you have bad things over here. So I feel like a lot of family issues, specifically, I don't know if it's relating to a father figure, whatever that is. But you're trying to... They want me to say you're trying to protect the good things in life, but you are a bit too focused on the bad things. You're focused on the good things being taken away, and you being worried about the bad things that consumes your mind. Because you have your death cat over here. But I feel like that's why you feel more like a death soul. Because I very much like your energy is very uplifting and it's very, it feels like a life soul, but it's confusing because life souls don't really deal with a lot of like endings or change in that way. It's usually a death soul type thing. But I feel like you surround yourself with death souls. Not trauma with relationships in my family, but a lot of worry and connections with being close to my parents in their later years. Got you. Yeah, because there's a lot of stuff going on. Your father is kind of just squished in here. And I feel like your father gives you a lot of truth aspects. And then there's kind of just like toxic love, which might have come from these elements. But you have worry around family. You have this toxic love energy. You have negative energy from this cat. There's a lot of kind of like synchronicities in that way. Okay, do you have questions about this? You finished going through the investigation?
Yeah.
What's up?
So now I get to do the pretty parts.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Riker has done like a first run through, and now they're going to like put the pretty editing on Wildwood for Thursday. Okay, so my death soul experience are more about who I surround myself with. I feel like it, because I still see you as a life soul. Okay, wait. They're telling me things about it, because I'm like, let's do this more in a traditional sense. Okay. Okay, this is what they show me. So, your soul deals with more so, and this, I don't know what the exact thing is. I haven't filed it down that much. But they show me what your soul deals with is like a transformation in the same way that a caterpillar changes into a butterfly. So the reason why your soul associates itself to life and death is because theoretically the transformation from a caterpillar to a butterfly that's the death of the caterpillar into the butterfly, but no actual death actually occurred. Does that make sense? That's why I'm so confused. Because I'm like, okay, I keep like asking your guides like questions about it, and I'm like, why is this so confusing? And they just keep showing me butterflies, and I'm like, yeah, but is that death? And they're like, no, does the butterfly die? And I was like, no. Yeah, that makes more sense. Yeah, so that's why you surround yourself with death, like death souls. That's why you're not a death soul, but you relate to both. It's really confusing, and it's not something I thought about until reading you. Which is why I keep going back and forth, and I'm like, but they're a death soul. No, but they're a life soul. Yes. But why aren't they both? I don't know. It's like trying to put human understanding to things, but it's very much like it's that. It's a caterpillar turning into a butterfly, and it's not just that. That's not just what your soul does. But it doesn't deal with actual, like, death-like things. It deals with a transition. Which is why I'm like, okay. Because they showed me, like, a couple things. The first thing that they showed me was, like, some sort of death happening within life, and then you carrying their soul onto the next transition. But that didn't make sense to me, because I'm like, okay, but that's not always what happens in death. Like, they don't always go back to being alive. I don't understand. And then they just started telling me about, like, the butterfly analogy, in the sense of, like, you can have that same scenario without a death ever actually occurring, and it's just absolutely so confusing. So, I hope that makes sense, and I hope that answers your question, but let me know if you have any other questions about that, because that is the best way I think I can explain it, and that's what makes the most sense to me as well, with how they are explaining things. Let me know if you have questions. Butterflies are one of my favorite things too, always have been. That's cute. I thought it was gonna be cheesy of me being like, well, that's why you're so, like, confused, and why I'm so confused is because it's that. Yeah, that was great. Okay, great. Yeah, I don't know what the exact, like, term your soul deals with, but it's that idea. But I don't know why I'm, like, looking for a term, because I associate my soul with, like, mirrors, a virus, fire. There's a lot of things, so it's not just one thing. But that was my last reading that I have. If anyone is interested in readings, I'll give you one last chance. But if not, I'll see you guys tomorrow, and we'll do past life readings tomorrow. And I almost feel like I want to just have them open all day tomorrow. We'll see how it goes. But I might change the way I restock things, and I might just restock the ones that I want to do. And it just be available, because they haven't been selling out fully, mostly because I've probably been doing this every day. But if you are interested in a charm reading before I sign off, that's the link. But, yeah. while I yammer on about what's going to happen this week, let me know. I'm excited. What time will that be? Tomorrow is Wednesday. It should be around 3 p.m. EST. Because I don't think we're doing anything tomorrow. And then Riker's just going to be editing. And then Thursday I'll probably do it earlier in the day because we're going to be going live in the evening. So Wednesday I want to do past life readings. And I'm going to plan to be on here by 3 p.m. EST. So if you guys are interested in that, I'll see you guys tomorrow. If you guys still want a chance to have a charm reading, the link is still there. There's 3 available. If not, it is totally fine. But I just am going to give you guys a chance while I tell you about what's happening this week. So I'm really excited about and can't shut up about our New York series of videos that are coming out on this channel, Meddling Mediums. So we did ghost hunts and I'm gonna full screen myself. So we did ghost hunts in New York. Like I keep saying, we did Wildwood, Hinsdale House, and the Shanley. Will you do 2 stocks of it? Potentially. What am I doing? I'm doing past life readings. Okay, what do you guys think? Here, let me give you guys a poll. I don't get home until 4 p.m. EST. I could do it just for you also, Allison. Riker looks like a statue, so focused. I'll make sure to save one for you, Allison. Don't worry. Restock halfway through. Oh yeah, you're good. You have time. Keep readings open the whole time. We'll say readings, okay. Oh, okay, thanks. Yeah, no problem. It doesn't take much for me to change my mind. Yeah, I'll make sure you have one. If you want a past life reading. So, most likely I will restock halfway through just because Allison will be late and I want to make sure that she can get one. But I want to see what you guys say about this because I'm like always not sure what would be the preference. Most people are saying restock halfway through. Because I'm like, it's hard to get here, and then they're all just sold out already, because that's the thing that, like, bothers me the most with, like, TikTok live streams of, like, oh, now I'm just going to watch a whole bunch of strangers, and there's no chance for me getting read. So, I think halfway would be better to gauge of timing. I'm glad you guys all agree. I just, like, want to make sure, because I'm like, I don't know if people are annoyed by that, and then they, like, leave. So I always just wonder. Two rounds of Hunger Games is better than one, yes. Okay, so let me tell you what's going on this week while you guys get a chance to purchase any charm readings if you would like. So, like I said, tomorrow we're going to be doing past life readings. I'm going to do that at 3 for a few hours. I usually last about 3.5 hours. So if you guys are looking to do past life readings with me tomorrow, check it out. I'll be live at 3 p.m. EST. And then Thursday, I'm going to be doing a live stream earlier in the day. I'll probably do 2 to 6, something like that. And I'm probably going to do spirit guide readings. So if you guys are interested in the spirit guide readings, that one did very well the last time I did it. So That will be on Thursday. And then in the evening on Thursday, we're going to be posting our first video from our New York series, which is Wildwood. And Wildwood is crazy because, like, we didn't think much happened, but we didn't realize we were talking to some weird dude. And the, like, secret of the whole thing, I'm not going to tell you the full secret. I'm just going to tell you that the secret is an association to this priest dude that was following us around. Like, if you guys have been in the live streams for a while, before we went on the investigation, I've been talking about this, like, priest dude that I saw in Amy's Crypt's, like, video on the Hinsdale house, and me being like, oh my god, he's a demon. He's a dark entity. He's, like, a level 3 demon. He's, like, really powerful. I wasn't expecting, the revelation we have about him, which a lot of people probably know because we talked about it in our, like, live stream at the Shanley Hotel, so go check that out if you want, like, the peep before the series comes out. But we did not know he was following us from the beginning. So when we were talking to him at Wildwood, we thought that the souls around us were talking about, like, Richard, because if you know about Richard is a bit scary, I guess you could say. We call him, okay, he's like a demon looking thing. He looks scary, but he helps us a lot with trauma. He's like a black spirit guide, so he looks like a demon-esque thing. So we've had, like, other mediums being like, why are you walking around with that dude? That dude is not who you think he is. And we're like, no, we know who he is. Like, that's just Richard. He's a shapeshifter. He's making himself look scarier to you because he thinks it's funny. I don't know what to tell you. So we go to places, and a lot of times when you hear the word demon or devil or who's the man, they're usually talking about Richard. But when we went to Wildwood, we were, like, very confused because, like, yeah, there's usually, like, 1 or 2 mentions of the weird dude in the room with us. But, did my purchase come in? No, I do not see it. Yeah, I haven't received anything yet. But I'll let you know when that happens. 1 sec. Okay. But we didn't know what was going on at Wildwood because they just kept mentioning some weird dude was with us. And we're like, okay, guys, like, chill out. He's fine. He's just going to sit in the chair and read his, like, book. It's fine. He's not going to, like, do anything. But they kept talking about him. But we didn't know what was happening until literally the end, literally at the Shanley Hotel, is when we realized, oh shit, they weren't talking about Richard, they were talking about this priest dude that's not a priest dude. So I have to admit, I enjoy Richard. He's like the Dr. House of spirit guides. I do think it's funny that everybody knows about him now. Because the jokes about him are hilarious. That's just our introverted friend with quirky humor. Introverted. He is not introverted. He's very outspoken, if you will. Like I said, he's a bit of a dick. That's why we call him Richard. But yeah. Also, tuna, it might help. I should have gone through. Do you have any advice? We had someone that was having issues before, and they, like, had to do it on the computer, or, like, change, like, their email or something. It might be hard to do it on your phone. I don't know what it is. It's something like that. But I'll wait for you. For a little bit. I know, lol, the silent type with Professor Snape vibes. Dude, no, he's fucking chatty as shit. He doesn't shut up. Usually he's sitting and reading a book, and that's, like, fine. But there are times where he's just standing over your shoulder, like, whispering things about what's going on, and you're like, that was so rude. Why would you say that? I can't say that. Leave me alone. Or he, like, tells you about your trauma, and that's when he really just doesn't stop talking. But, yeah, he's a lot. I wonder if I can look and see if there is, like, oh gosh. I can see any, like, failed transactions. I don't know that I can do that on here. I don't think there's enough, whatever, like, features. Oh my gosh, there's so many things on here. This is not what I'm looking for. I would suggest him reading a manga. Now I'm not going to be able to see him not reading a manga, so there's that. He's like, okay, wait. I gotta just, like, peep my Naruto knowledge. You guys know Kakashi reading his book? That's what it's like. I don't know. It says I paid in my credit card history, but should I try again? Hey, Rika, would you help me?
What's up?
Can you look at PayPal and see if a transaction went in for tuna? Because I don't see anything on my end. You haven't seen anything?
Yeah, I'm logged in on my phone, so I've been getting notifications, and
Okay. We haven't gotten anything on our side, so it might have gotten, like, blocked. But we don't have any, like, thing from our PayPal either.
The last person we have is Allison.
Yeah, Allison was the last one.
Someone else had the issue.
Mm-hmm.
I can go over here so you can hear me better. Ugh. Someone else had that issue like last week.
Yeah.
I don't know what they did, but it said that it went through, but they like repurchased a reading a different way.
Yeah.
So you can try repurchasing, and if something comes through on our end, we'll refund you immediately. Or if it comes through, like, we can reach out to you.
If it ends up double charging, we'll refund the double charge.
Or we'll give you an email reading of the same if you would rather have two. It's up to you, but we'll refund you immediately. Yeah, I don't know if, like, credit cards is what the issue is.
Yeah.
But the money hasn't hit our side at all. So
Yeah, we haven't seen any transaction.
And I do monitor it even while I'm editing.
I've had it before. It gets stuck in pending, but it doesn't usually go through.
Yeah.
Yeah, usually when it gets to us, it goes into pending, but we haven't even gotten a pending notification.
Yeah.
There's nothing from on our PayPal side.
But yeah, if we get something, we'll refund you immediately.
Mm-hmm.
Like, no questions
You
asked.
say, okay, I'll give it another try. Yeah, let me know if it works. If not,
Is my hand cold?
I mean, yeah.
It feels cold. Oh, you're so warm all the time.
I'm fire.
I'm tired.
My stomach hurts. I want to lay down.
Yeah, I also want to lay down.
Dude, listen. We
We can talk about the couch.
yes. Riker's mom bought us a sectional, and it was supposed to. Okay, it went through. Riker's mom bought us a couch, and we were supposed to get it like tomorrow, but they called us like 2 days ago or something, saying that it's back ordered or whatever until the 19th of February, and I just want to sit in our giant like sectional and cuddle and watch movies and eat popcorn, and now we can't until the 19th.
I'm so fucking pissed about it.
Right?
I was so ready for tomorrow for us to have a movie night, and cuddle on our sectional and hang out, and it was gonna be fantastic. It's like velvet. It's so comfy. It's so big. It's so soft. I was ready, and now we have to wait till the 19th. They might and it's during Black History Month. I mean, come on.
It's
rude
rude
of them, okay?
Because it's like, I don't know, this couch, it's like super deep, so we could lay on the couch next to each other, and there's room for days. It's like having a couch that is a king-size bed.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
You could honestly probably sleep very comfortably 6 people on the couch.
Oh, yeah. It's beautiful. Great couch. I don't know if it's going to fit in our house, but we fucking measured, so we're going to see how it goes.
We measured so many times, and we planned it in, like, every, like, room planner and shit. And The Sims, it'll fit. Sims is not an accurate unit of measurement, but...
What do you mean it's not accurate?
What do you mean?
What do you mean it's not accurate?
6 people yeah, no, it's like...
It's huge. It's beautiful.
Because there's a long side, a short side, and a chase.
Yeah, and a chase.
So it's great.
Yeah, I need it. I need to lay in it. I want to have, like, what are those things called? A charcuterie board of things you can dip into other things, and I want to watch movies on it. So, we're going to do Tuna's reading. That's the last reading I have so far. What?
I'm going upstairs.
Okay. If you guys, there's still some available if you would like. No, I should be good. I think we're going to have grilled cheese today, because I know I was talking about that yesterday, but I'm like, thinking it might happen today. But we had breakfast burritos, so we actually had breakfast burritos, because I bought eggs. And we were like, we should probably eat the eggs before they go bad, because we struggle to do that. And we, like, use the eggs to figure out if we're hexed. And we're still not sure if we're hexed, so that's the update there. But let me switch to the overhead. But this, I think, is done. End pool. Yeah, 66% restock halfway through. So I'm glad you guys like that, because, like I said, it, like, annoys me going into a live stream and everything is just already sold out. Okay, Tuna, do you have a question? Do you have a specific, like, topic, question, whatever you want me to, like, focus on? A general reading for guidance would be cool, just what I should focus on and how I can be present in living my life. And whatever else you see, I've been confused. Okay, cool. So, here you are. You're, like, under this round piece. And you are palms up, so you're insecure about what's going on in your cast. And we have fingers forward here and forward. This is things happening within your conscious mind, so physically in front of you. And then wrist back are things that are happening within your subconscious mind, so in your head. All right. The thing that you have on top of you is my little, like, timepiece. This is, like, the seasons. And then you have a cat right here, and I need to know which cat you are. You are a heavy cat. That's my black cat. There is white cat. Here's white cat. White cat's there. All right. Okay. I see what the problem is. Give me a second just to, like, look and see what these pieces are. Okay. All right. Okay, so I see what you're talking about with the confusion. So, like I said, you have time on top of you right here. Time is running a bit slow for you. You feel like you're being crushed by it. You feel like everything is very, very heavy and slow. And I feel like it is because you have been dealing with a lot of change. The reason why I say that is you have my death piece right here. This is the death piece. Wherever death looks, it represents something coming to an end in order to be reborn. And it is pointed towards all of this and you. So they make me feel like you are about to have a death and rebirthal of yourself. You're going to have a transformation of self. Because in the way you have understanding. So your perceptions now are really shifting, and it feels like everything is moving really, 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 really quickly, but you cannot keep up with how fast everything is moving, so you feel like you're moving in slow motion while everyone else is moving 2 times speed. And right in front of you, you have my black cat. This is the black cat. Like I said, I have Siamese twins. So this is my black cat. This is my white cat. Black cat represents all of your pains, struggles, traumas, self-limiting beliefs, bad things. And the white cat represents all of the good things and the positive things, the easy things in your life. And that's over here. What is this? Let's see. Okay. Cat, love. There's a lot of good stuff over here. There's a lot of good stuff over here. But that's kind of more like hidden in your mind a bit. The stuff that is physically like happening in front of you consciously. Oh, it's uncomfortable. It's a positive change. It's just not comfortable at all. It feels like every time you try to do something, you get handed a no or a rejection because you have no here. That is leading you to better things, but it does not feel good right now. Yeah, dude, I think I'm changing a lot, but I feel like I've gotten nowhere at the same time. Exactly. It literally feels like you're doing a race in mud, but everyone else is running next to you and they're not in mud. So it's kind of like every time you try to do something, it's just like, oh, you can't do that. It's not going to work. And I feel like that is for a reason, because I feel like you're going to do something so much better. Because this is the part where you're stuck. It's not a lot. There's not too much going on. And I feel like you're getting a lot of no's because you're kind of gearing up to do something positive. The reason why I say that is because you have no leading to this section over here. And this piece, the way that it is landed, is good positive change. So this is like good luck. And it is on top of another coin, which this coin, let me just see what it landed on. Oh, that's what I thought. Okay. So it landed on this coin here. And this coin is like creative spark. So this is like doing something because it is like one of your passions versus like working like a corporate job and doing something that is very like rudimetric or like, monotone. But this piece that was on top of here, that's like good luck, good change, good things. And that's in relation to like career, and it's like positive things. Like this is usually like someone starting a new business, someone going after their dreams or passions. It's something that you like doing, not something you're supposed to be doing. And it is on top of my camera piece, which the camera is like seeing it fully as realistic based upon the way it is like here. It's like you're trying to make these dreams and desires become real. But you have a lot of insecurities about it because of how many times you've gotten a no. But they're like, you need to not lose your voice with the voice piece here and continue gearing towards these things that you want. So they're like, you are going through a period where you need to... Sorry, I rolled my eyes because I'm like, oh, I hate when spirit guides are like, you just need to like end your old life to begin your new life. You can't be the old you and go into a new like life or career. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that saying of like, you need to end your old life to start your new life. That's kind of what's happening. There's like not enough room for what you want to be doing. So you have a lot of good positive things coming in. But you need to get rid of a lot of shit to make room for it. And it's going to suck a lot. But they're like, keep saying no to things you don't want. And they're like, I know that that's going to be hard too, because you're like, the longer it goes on, the more you feel beaten down by it. So you're like, well, I have to do something. I can't just continue to say no because it's not what I want. That's not how the world works. But why can't you just make it happen? And I know that that's coming from a place of like, I don't understand your situation, but that's kind of what my spirit guides have been telling me, in the sense of like, okay, you're struggling a lot financially. What do you want to do to make money? And I'm like, I don't know, maybe I like get like a regular job. And they're like, okay, then go do it. And I'm like, but that means that I can't do this, and I like doing this. And they're like, okay, then make money the way that you want to make money. Who's stopping you? I know that money itself stops that, but like there's always a way to do those things. You just need to figure that out. And getting a lot of no's is gearing you up for that. So you just need to be patient, even though that's going to be difficult. Okay, let me look at your dice for a second here. Okay, I just have a key for my dice that tells me what they mean. So first one we got over here, we have that one, which is a Sagittarius, so that's wise. And then we got this guy, which is trying not to hit things with this. What are you? Mercury? Mercury. That's Mercury. So Mercury is I think. And then we have 9, which deals with big thinking and philosophy. Yeah, that's... You're kind of like in a pit of hard things. Once you climb out of this pit, you're gonna have so many more resources. You have your resources here, but they're gonna take time to get to you. There's a lot of things that you're going to start learning. What are you on top of? Oh, you're gonna start learning about how toxic love is negatively impacting you, so that you can move forward with things, to start going after the things that you want in your life. Start going after true love, start seeing the truth of things. It's just like, it's very good out here. Right here, it's just, that's where you are right now. And they want me to say, this is the stuff physically in front of you, your conscious mind. The stuff back here is the stuff you're thinking about, and which is why you feel like you can't give up on things. Can no's constitute said things that just never ended up happening? Yes. The universe is giving you the no's. It's not necessarily you saying no. It's just, why isn't it working out? You know what I'm saying? It's very much like, they make me feel like you're a very ambitious type of person, but it's not in the ambitious in the like stereotypical societal way. You're ambitious in the sense of like trying to find your passions and dreams. I feel like you're a very big dreamer. So they're like, you have, it's kind of like non-negotiables in your head about how you want to live your life. And as much as your brain says, well, it's fine, I could like live without it, you also say, but I already know what it's like, and I can't not think about it that way. I can't not see that. I cannot drop it, because I'm the same person. Because I'm like, yeah, I could like get a graphic design job. Like, it's fine. I don't need to talk to dead people, but I know what it's like and how it makes me feel. So I'm like, I can't not think about what it will do. So that's kind of like what they're saying to you. They're like, you're getting a lot of no's on progressing on where you want to be, but the no's are allowing you to progress. It's just not going to feel good while it's happening, because you need to not have... Okay. This is what they have told me in regards to my situation, because I feel related to this. They're like, in order to keep things balanced in your life, and in order for you to be able to do the things that you want, you cannot have a lot of other things distracting you. So if you are going to have this like big crazy thing happens to you, like that your dream comes true, if you have other people that are going to like ruin it, so like maybe you are starting to settle down, you have a family, you have to like make decisions for other people, you have to make decisions for your kids, you have to make decisions for your best friend, you have to make decisions for this or that or this or that. Well, what if the universe, before they give you your dream come true, maybe they just absolutely destroy everything in your life? Now you don't have that problem anymore, and you can just say yes when it happens. That's what they've been telling me, and it's terrifying. It's awful while it's happening, but they keep promising me that at the end of it, I'll understand. But that's what they want me to tell you. They're like, they need to make room for you to be able to take the path. Is there advice on what I should be doing right now to be proactive or productive in any way? You need to have the reality check of understanding where you are in your life right now. So if you need resources, if you need to figure out a direction or in a path, like you need to think realistically about what is possible for you to achieve right now. Thinking about things that you can do in the future is not helpful because it's not going to get you there any closer. It's kind of like you're in a pit, and I told this to Peachy Gay Boy yesterday. It's kind of like you fell in a pit and you're thinking about all the things that you could do if you were out of this pit, or if you had access to outside of the pit. Like you could call your friend and they could like come give you a rope for you to climb out faster. But you don't have those resources right now. You have the ability to climb out, and that's about it. So they're like, don't think about what you can do to get yourself out of the pit if you weren't in the pit. Think about how you can get yourself out of the pit with the resources you have in there with you. So the example I gave yesterday is, it's like I'm in a hard place financially. This is happening to me. So I could potentially get like a regular job. Like that would solve my problems. However, I need the money like now, like in the next few days. Getting a job, I won't be able to see that money for weeks. And I am going to have to put all of my time and energy into getting that job to even get the money. So I'm like, I don't have that as an option for me right now. I could have that as an option if I can get a security net set up for me to be able to like coast on the money that I have made from the resources that I have. But I won't be able to go ahead and get that job and still be financially stable because I can't put my energy into two things. So I'm going to choose the one that is more realistic, and that's making live streams. Does that make sense? So they're like, don't put an unrealistic idea about what you could do in this situation right now. You have to make baby steps. So the resources that you have right now are going to help you climb out of the pit. Once you get out of the pit, then you're going to have more options. A lot more options, according to this. So you just need to be patient and slowly make baby steps out of this like pit that you're in. So, do you have any questions? That is also my last reading, my last charm reading. So if anyone wants to purchase anything, feel free. If not, I'm probably done for today. But I will give you guys here. They say no questions. I'm glad that you figured it out and got the like purchase through. Because I'm like, I don't know what's going on. I just know when people have issues, this is what they tell me. So I'm glad that you figured it out. But that's the link. You have a few minutes. If you want a reading, let me know in chat because I don't know how long I'm going to stay to wait. But if not, that is also perfectly fine. I'll see you guys tomorrow. We're going to be doing past life readings. So if you're interested in past life readings, that is what we will do tomorrow around 3 p.m. EST. And because most of you guys have said that you like when I restock them halfway through, I should be able to do that for you as well. I'm probably going to aim for 10 again, and let me see what I have these at. That's a sketch. Hold on, I'm finding it. Past life readings will be 65. So, yeah. So that'll be tomorrow around 3 p.m. EST. And then Thursday, I'm planning on going live again and doing spirit guide readings. So if you're interested in either one of those, the spirit guide readings are also 65, I believe. Sorry, I'm looking for them in this list. Yeah, 65. That's the plan for this week. If anyone has any ideas of other readings that you guys would be interested in, let me know, and I can do those as well. But I'm starting to do more reading live streams, and I want to do them more regularly so that, like I said, I can continue to make content for you guys. Because otherwise I have to get a job and probably leave a lot of this behind. So,
Same.
Yeah, Breaker says same. So that's why we've been doing a lot of live streams. So we really appreciate all of the support. Like, you have no idea. That's where we're at right now. But let me flip this back to full screen. But we'll see you guys tomorrow. I wish I had money for a spirit guide reading. I'm really interested in my white dog spirit guide. Yeah. I like when people have animal spirit guides. It's really fun. But yeah, I gotta wait until payday. Yeah, I want to do them more regularly. So even after this week, I'll do some the week after. I don't know if I'm doing it every day, but I'm planning on doing at least one reading live stream a week. So if you guys are interested in doing readings, that is an option. If I'm not doing a live stream specifically, I also have readings available that are email readings. And also if you don't want to have your reading done live, that is also an option. I can give you an email reading where I type out different, whatever you purchase, because I have spirit guide readings, charm readings, and tarot readings, and those are in the description if you guys are interested in ordering a private reading. But yeah, pet readings would be cool. I would probably have to do that free for the first time because I would need to know how accurate it is, because I haven't had any people's pets to just read willy-nilly. So I would need to like do at least a free reading of like, let me see how this works. So pet reading is on my radar though. But yeah, video's gonna go live on Thursday. If you guys are interested in getting all of the exclusive content, we just released it 14 Beale videos exclusive to our last ghost hunting location. Make sure to join members. Also, you will get the ability to watch the premiere of Wild with us on a Discord call, and that would be amazing for you guys to hang out with us and allow us to spill all the tea of what was actually going on behind the scenes. But yeah. Can you guys do psychic chicken? You mean like going into like looking at haunted locations and like doing that type thing? My cat will trash talk me for sure. I have a D&D game will be there. D&D game? Dude, I'm jealous. We started playing D&D. I think we're going to do it once a month. But yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow around 3 p.m. EST. We're doing past life readings. But I'm going to go eat grilled cheese maybe. Okay, bye!